All right, so we're in the fastest car ever by Lexus, and it's totally fast. Put it in sport mode. Make it do the thing. So what are we doing today?
I wasn't prepared for this.
Exactly.
Okay. We're changing my spark plugs because I'm poor.
Poor. No, we're changing spark plugs today on this beautiful Lexus CT200h. So it's a lot easier than you think. So all we really need here is a little 10mm to get those bolts out. And this special guy gets the spark plugs out. It's really that simple. All we need is a 10mm bolt to remove these guys right here. And these guys connect to the spark plug. And we take our nice little ratchet, take the spark plugs out, and you just replace them. It's that simple. Step one is to remove these little clips here. Those are the connectors that basically tell the spark plug to go pop, to make boom and make car go. So push that.
All right.
See,
I can do this. Okay.
Just give it a few tries. Give it some love. Give it a wiggle. Eventually go. Be careful not to, you're trying to avoid breaking.
You don't want to pull this.
Yeah, exactly. So if I do it with one hand, that'd be hilarious. But yeah, no. Just gonna make sure you really push down on it. I mean, you can use a screwdriver too, but I don't want to risk breaking it. So we want to take the underside of the tab here so it pries up and try not to break it. And then pulls right out. And yes, you get dirty. Show the viewers your newly dirtied elbow and hands. Next we got to remove these guys right here. These are just 10mm bolts that connect the plug, or the coil I should say, that allows us to gain access to the spark plug. So with your ratchet, make sure it's turning left. Mark, lefty loosey, righty tighty. It is turning right. Now it's turning left. Yeah. There we go. That's it. Might take some love, and after a while, make sure you hold it down so that way, you don't strip the bolt. Yeah, see, you already broke it, right? Breaking means that you loosen.
I was like, oh god, I broke it.
You don't have to take it out now. You just loosen all of them. That way it's easier for the rest of them later. By the way, Mark, how much automotive experience do you really have?
Including today?
Yeah.
Just today.
There it is.
That was really satisfying.
Right? So just hand loosen from there, and we're good to go. So now that we have these off, all we do now is literally twist them off. This comes up, give them a little wiggle and twist, because they're stuck on the plug. It might take a little bit of love. That's that. There's your coil, right? So looking at it, you always want to inspect to see, is there oil all over it? Is it all dirty? Obviously this is in really good shape because you take good care of your car. That's all I have left.
I'll do number 3.
Yep.
So just pull it up?
Yeah, give it a little twist and start pulling. It'll start to give.
Oh, there
it comes right out. Again, that coil is in great shape. Yeah. So that's good.
It's warm.
That's why we didn't do it right away, because that would have been hot as hell. Because spark make hot.
I think this might be a little trickier.
That one might be, but it's the same concept.
Yeah.
Just give it a little twist.
Just there's stuff.
And you can move the wires out of the way, or even unplug it if you needed to. But for the most part, you should be fine. That looks like.
What does this mean?
That's probably they probably put like sealant or something like that. I don't know what it is exactly, but
it seems consistent that it's all in this.
Yeah, it's usually for things like fitment and stuff. So now for the last one there.
Oh, this one has the.
It's the weird one.
All right, there we go.
All right, there's number 4. Put number 4 there.
Number.
So, well, you need spark plugs, and they're actually all up in there somewhere. So we need a tool to get it, and that tool would be our spark plug thingamajig. That way,
I love a good thingamajig.
Yes, you do. So just put down the tube. It's okay. You're not gonna scratch anything, and it's angled, so it's okay if you're in a weird. It's not straight up, so it's okay. Hold on, I gotta go this way. Sure. So we're just gonna throw it in there and feel your way and see kind of when it catches. This is going the wrong way. Same thing. These take a bit of torque, a little bit. See how that's kind of twisting? Now they're usually tougher because they're so embedded in the engine. Now what's nice is this is magnetic. That way I don't have to reach down there because obviously my hands don't fit down there. There's our spark plug. Now looking at this here, it actually looks fine. That's just some age dust corrosion because this goes through some high temps. But when we start putting back in, we've got to keep mindful of putting lubrication on here, so that way it's easier to take them out and it gives it a good seal. So looking at the plug, that's just age. This is because all the heat, this is ceramic, so it handles the heat really well. And good thing we didn't do this right when you got here because these would have been hot as hell. Now it's your turn.
So just straight in?
Yep, straight in, you'll feel it. And then kind of give it a rotation till you feel like it catches.
Oh,
yep.
There's a little click.
Yep. See? Oh, nope, keep going. You'll feel it around there. There you go. Congratulations, you've extracted your spark plug. So this guy here looks to be fine also. Right? It's again just it's dark because of the fact that it's burning fuel. If this was all black here or oil, that's trouble. Right now, this car is clearly very healthy. So how was that?
That was easy. That's all I got left, so I got to take care of this shit. Oh, so that was what you mean by the wear, right?
Yeah, that's the wear because I mean that was it probably hasn't been changed in a long time, which is fine. Usually iridium spark plugs, which we have too, they're very very tough materials. So now we're gonna take the new spark plug and we don't just throw it in there, right? We just want to make sure that we put what's known as dielectric grease, and I just dab it right 4 dabs on each side. I like to use a Q-tip to spread it around. So this is meant to give it a better seal, a cleaner seal. And that way, for whatever reason you need to take it out, it's easier to take out. By the way, never touch these tips in the electrode. They're very sensitive, even though they're very amazingly strong materials. You just don't want to risk touching things you shouldn't be touching. That's a good life lesson just in general. And you just reverse the process to put these bad boys back in. Now what's cool about the tools that Mark's using here, it's completely magnetic, so it doesn't fall out as I put it in.
Nice.
Ooh, magic. Magic of magnets. So let's go ahead and put these bad boys back in. So I'll demonstrate the first one like last time. So also be very careful as you go in. You don't want to go too fast or kind of knock it around. Eventually you'll feel it hit the thread and just start twisting it in. And you don't want to tighten this like a gorilla. Like you feel it, it's starting to get tight, and give another just a quick 1/8 of a turn. Just boop. That's it, it's in. And so you know that it's kind of wedged in there. You don't want to tighten it till you know you can't do it anymore, because that's over torquing it, meaning that you'll break the actual thing inside. And good luck trying to take that out. Now it's your turn. Let's see if you learned anything. So they're in the box there. Yeah, that's actually enough to use the Q-tip and just spread it around. Put it onto the magnet. Make sure it's it's all. There you go. Make sure it's all the way there.
That's left. Go right.
Righty tighty, lefty loosey, everybody. It's the basics. But that's why we're learning here today.
This is kind of fun.
Yeah. You know what's also fun?
Not paying $300 something. Shout out to Kelly, love you, but I can do this myself.
Yep, there.
There. Maybe about an 8 like
That's
that.
it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Cool.
Now it's in. See?
All right.
It's in there.
All right.
Cool. Now it's just to finish the rest.
All right.
You never want to force it, right?
So it's like a fart. Don't force it because it might be shit.
Most modern cars will have these coils. If you have those older cars that have distributors, that takes a little bit more work. Like, this controls everything, right? In terms of when it sparks and the order of its sparking. So it makes life easier. Are you going right?
Yes, I'm going right.
So we put all 4 spark plugs in their respective homes. It's too dark in there because, you know, engines.
How about you turn the light on and see if we can see?
Can we see it? All right, let's see it. Oh yeah, hey, cool. Technology these days. So they have all 4 spark plugs, all beautifully set, and they're ready to go. All that's left, these guys right here, put the coils back on, put the plugs back in, and I love this about this Lexus, is that you don't have to screw off this engine cover. It just goes ploop, right on. Life is good.
We're gonna plug this back in. All right.
So what's important here is, right, you just make sure it goes in.
Oh, I felt that click. Okay.
Yep, and then you see it line up to the hole on the engine,
Okay.
right? That's where the bolt goes.
Okay.
Now you just put on the rest, then put the bolts on, we're good to go. So now let's bolt them down before we plug them in. Yeah, hand thread it first. If you're not comfortable, then I put it in the socket, then I do it. But the bolt's big enough and it's easy access enough.
Okay.
Hell yeah, you just put in your own spark plug. Let's go. Last step is to plug it. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? Because it's in its own order already. So as you saw, if you remember earlier, Mark took them out. Just plug them back in. You'll hear a nice little positive click. That's that.
The ASMR for you guys. Ready?
Ooh. Give it to him.
And now we plug it back in.
Yeah, give it to him.
Last one.
Hey, let's give it a shot.
Ooh. How was that? Was that?
It was very satisfying. So now what's left is this guy right here. Just line it up with the oil, with your oil catch right there, and it just pops right on.
That's one.
That's 3.
There's only 3?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Ta-da! Like no one ever noticed anything happened. Oh wait, I zoomed out when you. Good job, dude. You just saved yourself $300 to $400. How do you feel?
$300 to $400 return. Actually, that was easy. It was a little time consuming, but I think with a little bit of guidance, I was able to do it.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you already knew what you were doing, how long do you think it would take you?
It would have taken me to go over there and spend $300.
No, like with what you know now, right?
Oh, this didn't even take 20 minutes.
Yeah. Your car may be very different, but a lot of modern cars will have that coil pack, will have that 10mm bolt to hold it down. All right. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you in the next one. Is that what the kids say?
Sure. Like, subscribe,
Smash that bell.
smash that bell. That sounds super gross, but okay. What do the kids are saying?
Yep,
But
we'll
you know
see
what?
in the next one.
Hope you learned something, because I sure did.
Yep, that's the whole idea, right? You're just a guy who was about to go spend $300 on something that I've actually decided, you know what, screw it, I'll buy your spark plug. $35 on Amazon. Good job. You did a good job. I did a good job. Yeah.
We did it.
Ratchet clap. That sounded wrong, but it also aged us. But see you in the next one.
Learn something new today. That's all I'm saying.
Always. But now we knew he didn't blow up his car because, you know, spark plugs are a success.
Because that would have been a very sad video.
That would have been a terrible video. I swear, I know what I'm doing some of the time, enough to be confident to teach him how to do this stuff.
And it worked!
It'll be $200, please.
Worth it.
You
I'll pay you in hugs and high fives.
No.